Mm-mm. Oh, you don't like to sound like that?
Yeah.
Why you?
Alright, you can sweet. Put it on my desk.
Um. Anyway, man.
Do I need to turn that off? They gonna buy me out?
Let's see. My brother funny, he talking about, I want to come up there. I said, bro, you not going to come up there, bro.
Once you start when you start your podcast, you can have a pin on how many people you want to. You got a mic for everybody too.
I told him he could come up here, but, you know, he running around making money right now, so, you know. What's up, love? But you said, what's your question?
So tell people, so when you say change your mind frame, what do you mean by change your mindset? When you say change mindset, what does that mean? Do that mean like change your location, change the people you be around? Like, what does it mean to change your mindset?
What does it mean to change my mindset? Well, for the people, I think it's a variable of things. Like you could change your surroundings, you could change your mindset, you could change your ways, your patterns. You know, it all start off with you though. You know, nothing going to get further in life without you learning from something to get further. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So when I think mindset, I think like change the way of thinking. You know what I mean? Because, like they say, behavior is taught. You know, wealth is in being broke is a mindset.
Right.
Being wealthy is a mindset. Right. So, Napoleon Hill said, never appear to look like you don't have money. That's putting you into a mindset of someone that's wealthy. So you're going to move accordingly. What do you think?
I understand that. But, you know, to put yourself in that position, first of all, you gotta have the mindset of making money. You know, you gotta have the mindset of making money, or the mindset to learn how to make money. You know, and a lot of people right now don't have that mindset.
I think that because they don't have the mindset because of the things a lot of things that people think may not be attainable. You know, people look at reaching 100K as not being attainable when it's really being attainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because again, that's all because of their mindset.
Well, if you look at the average worker could be making 100K within like 5 years. Because a worker get paid like
5 years, you can make 100K. And
I understand that. We not disputing the entrepreneurship. We disputing the regular.
But in a regular job, because this is where it comes in at. Because if you have a job that's paying $40,000 a year, right, you can also pick up 3 hustles. It can add up. They can give you the extra $50,000 for that year.
I understand that, but you know a lot of people don't have that hustle.
It goes to the mind frame.
Right. You know, I understand that. You know, but that's why learning should be the biggest learning resources or learning skills should be like the biggest thing you could ever do in life. Mm-hmm. You know. There's nothing wrong with working a job, but learning a skill with that job is going to put you further than just having a job.
What made you independent? Like, for you to have that mind frame that you have, like you have.
Well, I've been on my own since I was like 15, so I had to develop the mindset. Like me coming up as a kid, I had to, you know, take care of things that children shouldn't take care of, but I had to like take care of like bills and put food in the house and things like that. Like I've always had the mindset of surviving.
You were forced to be mature at the age of 15.
Yes.
To take on things that grown people take on in their everyday life, you were forced to do it at 15.
Yes.
So that put you in survival mode. So kind of survival mode gave you that mind frame, that mindset.
You know, survival mode, wanting better, you know.
So tell me what kind of background you came from. Like when you say you had to do it, but did you have your mother and father around?
Well, I had my mom until I was 15. I don't really know my dad. I know my dad is like a kingpin. He was a kingpin, you know. Like,
When you say you had your mom till you were 15, what happened to your mom? Did you choose to leave?
well, I was a troublesome kid, so I ain't gonna just put it all on my mom, you know. Like, I was a troublesome kid by not having no dad. Like, you know, that's what made me fight a lot of males in my life and not respect authority. You know, but by the time I was 15, I was getting into too much shit. And, you know, my uncles always told me, like, if you a man don't let none of his situations come to his door. Come to the door of the mother or anybody, innocent family, anything. So, you know, I left. And, you know, I left and I was outside, you know. Just
So
living.
you wasn't put out, you choose to leave.
Yeah, I chose to leave. It's like, I didn't want to keep putting my mom through all the stuff I was putting her through just because, like, I couldn't understand or develop everything that was going on with me. You know, I went through a lot of different, let's say, alternative schools, placements, you know. I've been in jail.
Was this in New York or was this here?
This is like here in New York. But mostly it became here when my mom moved here.
When you started going to jail?
I started going to jail probably when I was like, I'm gonna say like 13.
So you was going to juvie back then?
Yeah, you know.
Were you robbing? Were you selling drugs?
I was doing everything. You know, like, I could have died at a young age, you know, so.
Do you feel like you changed your life around?
Yeah, enough.
What do you mean? It's only a yes or no answer.
I can't. Well, if I say yes, then I won't be taking accountability.
So it's no.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you can say no. Definitely say no. You know?
Are you ready to change your life around?
Yeah, I'm trying to change my life around for, like, the better, you know, like, impact the youth, you know.
So what do you feel like the youth need right now?
The youth need guidance. The youth need love. The youth need structure. The youth don't need what everybody been giving them. You know, the youth don't need gentle parenting. They need parents that care. You know what I mean?
So what about that mother that goes to that cares enough to go to work so they can support their
Well,
child?
I had that mother.
But have to work
I
so
had
many
that
hours
mother.
where they can't.
You know, my mother always, you know, my mom from Trinidad, so my mom used to whoop my ass, you know, and, you know, like, I'm blessed that she whooped my ass. You feel me? I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't blessed. You know, I got some crazy ass whoopings. Like, the ass whoopings I got, these kids ain't even ready for it. I ain't even gonna lie. But I'm glad that my mom, you know, gave me that tough love, because, you know, it made me, like, you know, it's a saying a wise man always said: when you get your ass whooped, before you do something wrong, you always remember that ass whooping.
So I see that somebody said the youth need real OGs, nobody looking out for them. How you feel about that?
Yeah, the youth need real OGs. You know, the youth don't need, like, people that's just gonna let them indulge in the things they indulge in. You feel me? So I just feel like, you know, as men, and I'm just saying for a lot of different men, you know, like, we should not let the generation that's right now get into half the things that they get into. Because back then, when you seen 5 little boys on the corner, a man asked them, "Yo, what y'all doing? Why y'all ain't in school? What's going on over here?" You know what I mean? Same thing for a girl. Same thing for a little girl. See little girls fighting, or they outside doing too much. You know, that's when everybody cared for each other, you know? And I wish that it could go back to that.
So if you could talk to the OGs and the men that's in situations, you know, that came from situations such as yourself, what would you say that need to be done in order to tap into these YNs and what's going on there?
Actually, what needs to be done is, you know, some type of program that'll show them they care. Like, you know, like, even if it ain't a program, you know, even if it's you just coming to get 5 young boys and just talking to them, you know, teaching them about financial literacy, teaching them about things, the better they life, you know, because the only thing they learning from right now is YouTube, rap music, you know. They learning from different TV shows and stuff, like, you know, it could be some people come out here, teach them financial literacy, you know, teach them credit, you know, teach them how to, you know, work or learn certain skill sets to make them over six figures at a certain age, or whatever the case.
But what's going to make them listen to that person?
Well, the only thing that makes somebody listen to anybody is respect. And the only thing that people respect is the truth. So, you know.
That's a good point.
The only thing that people respect is the truth. So, if I could, like for instance, I'm not from Philly, but I'm known in Philly. You feel me? And my name known for a lot of different things, but a lot of people will tell you my heart is pure. Like, a lot of people that know me, they'll tell you my heart is pure. Like, I'm like, you know, like, when I was in West Philly, let's say when I was in West Philly around Tustin Playground, you know, it's crazy over there, you know what I mean? But back when I was around there, the kids that's doing things now, they really wasn't doing things now, you know, because I was, like, trying to help them. You know, I was like...
How was you trying to help them?
I was at the, like, I used to be at the basketball court all day. You feel me? I used to definitely be at the basketball court all day. I used to play ball, you know. And for me playing ball, I met a lot of young boys, you know. And I told a lot of young boys, like, stay in school, listen to your mom. You know, it came to a point where, at a time where, if one of the young boys I know got in trouble, they mom would tell me, and I would deal with them. But, you know, it's not a lot of people. It's like, that's like me. You know, a lot of people don't care. A lot of people just see a young boy and let the young boy do whatever he gonna do. You know, a lot of people come with, you know, so it's a variable of things. But I just think, like, men need to care more, because it gotta start from us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gotta start from dad, uncle, brother, whatever the case, whoever it is, it gotta start from us.
Friend, neighbor.
It gotta start from us. Like, a lot of young boys know me. You feel me? Like, a lot of young boys know me.
They respect your word and
a lot of young boys respect my word. You know, like, I done put a lot of young boys on. You know, and when they come to the streets, helping make money. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot in this game. You know, I've been set up by my own friends. I've been set up by people.
Tell me about your setup when you were set up. Tell me about what happened with that.
Oh, all right. Well, what happened with that was, damn. Well, that was 2023. That's when I was, like, really selling gumbo. You know, like, my name was really known for gumbo around North. So, and a nigga that lived in my basement, you know. I ain't gonna say his name, but a nigga that lived in my basement, I was trying to help him out, you know. And he was, like, beating on females. He liked to use females and shit, you know. And I always told him, like, that's gonna be the shit that ruined you. That's gonna be detrimental to you. You know what I mean? He thought, like, he was a player or something. Like, he thought he was Future or whatever he thought he was. You feel me? So he would have a chick in the basement and be outside with a chick. And then he'll have, like, other chicks.
So he was flirting with danger.
Yeah. He was basically like a fatal attraction waiting to happen. So he was flirting with, he was outside flirting with chicks or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Are you here already?
Yeah. What's wrong? What happened? What happened? I'm gonna call you back. Alright, excuse me, I apologize. But
So he was having chicks.
Yeah, he was having chicks. He was having chicks, you know, and the chicks used to start coming to the crib and start fucking the crib up. So, you know, to the point where, like, I came out and I used to tell the chicks, like, yo, he ain't here. They used to be like, well, let me come in there and get what I bought. Or the case, I'll be like, no, you gonna have to talk to him or whatever the case may be.
So he was using them when they was buying him stuff.
Yeah, so whatever the case may be, but the one that he was in the basement with, like, they kept fighting. Like, you know, they kept getting into domestics. And I kept having to grab this nigga and pull him off of her and all that. Like, you know what I mean? And then after that, like, me and her end up, like, we was cordial. You feel me? We was cordial to the point where she started asking me questions about him. And I'm like, listen, if you gotta ask me questions about him, like, that should just tell you that you shouldn't even be in this situation. You should just get your shit and go ahead and leave. It ain't like you ain't pulling up with different niggas and all that. Like, y'all both disrespecting each other. So how far can y'all go? Alright. So, they end up having another big-ass fight. She bought, like, an Apple Watch or something. She bought an Apple Watch, and he smashed that shit. Like, he smashed that shit against the wall. Alright, so she was upset, so she started crying and shit. She told the nigga, like, don't sleep. Don't leave this crib. I better not find out you left this crib. Everything you got, I'm going to take everything you got. Alright, boom. You know, so what happened? I wasn't there. I guess my baby mom came there or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she ended up letting my baby mom in my house to steal something that I had to end up paying for.
Did she not fuck with you like that, or?
I don't know, cause it's like she kept thinking me and her nigga was the same because we was the same sign, and we're not the same, because I'm doing what I want, and I'm telling motherfuckers I'm gonna do what I want. He's over here doing whatever. It's a difference. We're not the same. And I'm single. He's telling he's supposed to be in a relationship with you. Whatever y'all got going on ain't my business. I'm just trying to make sure it ain't no domestic disputes in here. Ain't nobody putting their hand on a woman and all that. I'm not trying to go for none of that. So she let my baby mom in the crib. She ended up stealing something, you feel me? I had to end up paying for it. I came in.
Your baby mom wanted to steal something?
Yeah, my baby mom ended up stealing whatever she stole. I ended up paying for it. Then I confront her. I'm like, yo, like, why you let my baby mom in the crib? She like, oh, what y'all niggas think that y'all could just do anything and ain't no repercussions? I'm like, who the fuck is y'all? Like, where that come from?
She's putting you in the class with her baby father.
So she like, I'm like, who the fuck is y'all? So she like, yeah. So she keep getting smart. So now I'm like, I should get you beat the fuck up. That's what I told her. I'm like, I should get you beat the fuck up. So before I go get her beat the fuck up, I call her nigga. You feel me? Because I'm more of a courtesy nigga. I'm more of, like, respectable. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna get your bitch beat up if you come in here, you feel me? You talk to her. You check your situation. I call the nigga. The nigga don't answer the phone. Nigga send me right to voicemail. I text the nigga. The nigga text me like, I'll be there, whatever the case may be. But this bitch still getting smart. Like, she ain't just do what she did. Alright. So I call my cousin. I get my cousin an Uber from South Philly to North.
Well, now shit getting real.
Now shit getting real. I call my cousin. She talking all this shit. She talk all this shit. Like, yeah, ain't nobody scared of your cousin. Call her. Boop, 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 boop. So when my cousin pulled up with her friend, that shit was over. She ain't want to come out the basement. Like, I told her to come out the basement. My cousin outside. She ain't want to come out the basement or nothing. So I'm telling my cousin, like, yo, just let me go down in the basement. I'm like, no, I ain't going to let you do all that, because that's still that nigga shit. You feel me? I don't want to, you feel me? But the girl just kept going. She kept talking all this shit. So my cousin ended up getting down there and ended up beating her the fuck up. Alright, so she ended up beating her the fuck up. After my cousin beat her the fuck up, I guess, like, she called the nigga, some nigga, and the cops. So she called some nigga and the cops.
Oh, she got the cops? Okay.
Yeah, she called the cops and she called some nigga. Alright, boom. So when she called the nigga, you feel me, I called my man. My man pulled up. You feel me? We don't talk no more, but he was my man at the time. But he pulled up, whatever the case may be. I'm looking at the nigga. I'm asking him what's up. The cops coming in now. The cops asking, like, what's going on? I'm telling the cops, like, they had a fight. You feel me? So the cop asked her, like, what you want to do? She like, I just want to get my stuff. Now, mind you, I'm so on the adrenaline rush that I don't remember that the bitch said when he leave that she gonna steal all his shit. All right, boom. So she tell the cop, like, yeah, I want to get all my stuff. All right, boom. So she get all her stuff. She get all her stuff and shit. Now the nigga come home. He run downstairs to the basement. I'm like, yo, where the fuck was you at, bro? I got your bitch. I had to get your bitch beat up because she did all this extra shit. So he just run to the basement. He started talking about all his shit gone. He saw all his shit going. All my shit gone. Somebody gonna have to run with me for it. Da-da-da-da.
So what did he do it? You took it?
So I'm getting to that. So he like, all my shit gone. Somebody got to run with me for it, whatever, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, what you trying to say? No, bro, somebody got my shit. Who somebody? I'm telling you, your bitch got your shit, bro. Your bitch told the cops she wanted to get all her shit. Her and her friend took your shit and put that shit in whatever that little baby carrot they had, and they took your shit. Nobody got your shit. I'm like, why would I have you? I'm like, why? We don't even wear the same size. You know I could buy this shit, and I got females that'll buy it for me if I ask them. So he tried to get all smart. I'm like, bro, what you want to do, bro? You want to go outside? He don't say nothing. Like, he don't say shit. I'm like, bro, what you want to do? You want to go outside? We could rumble about it. He ain't want to say nothing. Cool. All right. My landlord ended up finding out. My landlord, like, one of y'all got to move out. All right. Now, mind you, I've been in my crib longer than this nigga. No late, no payment, no problem, no nothing. So, my landlord come, he like, listen, I don't know what y'all gonna do. One of y'all gonna have to move or y'all gonna have to squash it. So I tell my landlord, like, man, I ain't even worried about Bull. Whole time, I didn't know Bull was plotting on me. So, you feel me? And this a nigga, and this a nigga that, you know, like, I help him with everything. Everything. He ain't got no weed, we smoke it. You feel me? He can't do this. I'm figuring out how to help him do this. And this, like, you feel me? So, I don't know he plotting. Alright. He ended up buying weed for me and everything. He made this shit look good. I ain't even gonna lie. Ended up buying weed for me. Came around, started smoking with me and shit. Next thing you know, I went to Cheese funeral. Right? That's how crazy this shit is. I went to Cheese funeral. I think it was July 28, 2023, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the 28th or the 27th. I know it's one of them dates. Alright. I go to Cheese funeral. You know what I mean? I see my boy laid in the casket. That shit fucked me up. Like, that shit fucked me up. Like, I'm on. Like, a person sent me a news article with my face on it in tears. That's how bad that shit fucked me up. You feel me? Like, cause when I moved around here, when I first moved to Philly, I moved to North Philly. And that's how I met Cheese and everybody I know from our block. Mm-hmm. You mean from the block.
So you developed a real close relationship.
I developed a close relationship with a lot of people, you feel me? And it was fucked up, you feel me? That shit fucked me up, I ain't gonna lie. But I went to the funeral. You know, I was in tears. You know, when I came back from the funeral, you know, I wasn't all the way 100%. Like, I wasn't watching my surroundings or nothing. I was just trying to go in my house and cry. You feel me? That's it. I was trying to go in my house and cry. I was trying to deal with my emotions without taking my emotions out on anybody. All right, boom. So I get in my house. I roll up. As I'm rolling up, I hear a knock at the door. Now, it's two niggas skied up. Now, mind you, my man do tattoos, so he be tattooing celebrities, he be tattooing rappers and shit. So then they be coming in with the ski mask on because they be beefing. Yeah. So and they don't want, you feel me? So I see the niggas with the skis, they knock on the door. I'm like, who y'all for? They say the boy name. They say the nigga in the basement though. All right, boom. So I call him. I'm like, yo, you got people at the door. All right. So as I call him, and I go back in my room, and I go back to smoke with my L, I just hear, like, I don't know. It was like that one, like, once, it was like, I don't know. It was like, I just heard the nigga say, yeah, he in the room. And I just seen the nigga.
Unlocked?
Like, no, my door was closed. You feel me? My door was
unlocked.
closed, but it was already, it was unlocked. So, they already, when they come in, my room right here.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? As they come in, my room right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hear the nigga like, yeah, he in the room. So boom, I'm lighting my L. Before I know it, I see two niggas slide in my room. All right, so I see the two niggas slide in my room. They ain't got no shot right now, so my mind is get up and fight these niggas.
Mm-hmm.
So when the nigga slide through the door, he like, yo, what's up with you and my man? Well, you had my man girl beat the fuck up. What's up with that? I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, the girl let my baby mom in to rob me, and I had to pay for it. Then I called just same man you talking about, and he never answered the phone. So we talking, then I go to get up. The nigga like, yo, where the strap at? So the nigga pulled out he pulled out a Glock with a button on it. I just stopped, like, all right, bro, you got it. You know what I mean? So he like, where everything at? I'm like, bro, you got it, bro. You feel me? Do what you gonna do. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now the nigga ended up taking my game, clothes, sneakers, all that. You feel me? They start asking me about the gumbo. They like, where the gumbo at? Where the gumbo at? Now, mind you, I already done sold this shit. I'm not trying to tell them that the gumbo in my book bag.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying nothing. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I mean, if y'all ain't see no weed, I don't got none. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So boom, they not searching me yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just sitting there like this. So the nigga like, where the gumbo at? I'm like, I don't know. He started pistol whipping me. All right, boom. He started pistol whipping me. I start bleeding from the head. Then he start grabbing my pockets. He grabbed my pockets. Know what I mean? This is where he start taking my bread. Know what I mean? They take my cash app. They take my phone. They take my cash app. They take they make me send the bread from my cash app to their phone.
Oh, shit.
All right. You feel me? The nigga looking at me like I should kill you. I'm looking at the nigga like I seen his eyes before. I'm like, yo, I had to smoke with this nigga before. So I don't even say nothing. Boom. Them niggas leave. Whatever they do, they leave. All right. I walk out the crib. When I walk out the crib, my neighbors notice like, yo, you all right? Boom. So I don't trust nothing that's going on my block no more. So I go up the street to a little bitch that I know. Boom. I go up the street. I knock on the door. Her son let me in. I'm like, where your mom? She at work. So I call somebody else to take me to the hospital. I mean, I'm bleeding from the head, everything. I call somebody else to take me to the hospital. I get to the hospital. You know what I mean? First thing they ask me is what happened. I tell them what happened. They call the cops.
Yeah. You told them you got pistol what?
Like, I told them I got robbed. You feel me? So they call the cops.
That's their job.
So the cops come, the detectives come. They like, oh, you want to go down to the police station? I'm like, no, I don't want to go nowhere. I just want to get my head wrapped up and get out of here. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to press no charges, none of that. Even if I knew who did it, I'm not telling y'all. Mm-hmm. So he like, see, the cop like, see, y'all type is the reason why crime keep going on. Y'all don't know how to just let us handle it. I said, listen, I'm not letting you handle nothing. Simple. You know what I mean? Got into an argument with the chick because she wanted me to tell the cops what happened, and I ain't tell the cops what happened. You know what I mean?
So whatever happened to the situation, you ever come across that person again?
I ain't never come. I ain't see the person yet. You feel me? When I see him, he know what's up.
That's the story. That's
I mean,
I can
like,
imagine that's traumatizing.
I've been. Listen, man. For everybody I help, man, it's always been some bullshit. You feel me? But I stand 10 toes. Like, for instance, like I
And that's what
said,
matters.
it's either you do what a weak man do, or you do what a strong man do. A weak man gonna be emotional and make the situation worse without a strategy.
Do you think that's why you have this like armor that people think you have up? Is because of the things you went through?
Maybe. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't. When I see boy, it is what it is. He know what's up.
And you look out for a lot of people. When do you think the point gonna come where you gonna say, I gotta look out, fuck with those that fuck with me?
Well, that's now. You feel me? You know, I've been through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I done helped niggas buy cribs. You feel me? Like niggas, I done helped niggas do a lot of shit, man. I done put niggas in cars before I had a car. You feel me?
But at some point, like, you at now, like, I only fuck with those who fuck with me.
Yeah, man. That's it's crazy. I gotta be like that. You feel me?
You know, it's all about a flip. So
It's crazy that I gotta be like that because my heart is pure as gold. You feel me? I mean, I want everybody to win. You know what I mean, I ain't just so selfish ass nigga out here. I ain't one of them niggas that you see making money and I ain't trying to put you on and making money. You feel me?
Unfortunately, the street's not built like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. What message you got for like anybody that was like you, 15, right? They coming from another state, you know, moving to a new state, and you know, everybody, you know, people taking advantage of them. They got to survive on their own. What kind of message do you have for them?
Well, my message is, you know what I mean, trust nobody, you know.
Absolutely. Rule number one.
Trust nobody, you know. Money is the root of all evil. You feel me? All money ain't good money.
Yes, hello. I hear you. Yes, hello. Hi, how are you? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yeah, my message be all money ain't good money. Don't trust nobody. Always have a strategy. And never ever think that the streets is permanent, man. And if you ain't got the heart for this shit, don't even be in it. If you can't deal with what's gonna come with this shit, don't be in it, man. Stay in school. Go do a trade. That's the message I have for anybody that's out there that was my age that, you know, had to be forced into a life that they didn't want to be in, but they had, you know. If your heart ain't in it, just don't do it, man. Save your family and yourself the drama.